Congo raises the flag of the new nation.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land.
On October 1st, 1960, a flag was raised. Not just a cloth of colors, but a covenant between the people and their future. The green stood for hope, the white for peace. And in those colors lived a promise that freedom would lead to virtue and virtue to greatness. But promises are fragile things. Dreams require guardians. And somewhere between the anthem and the applause, between the oath and the office, that promise began to fade. By 1997, 37 years after independence, one headline whispered the nation's ache. 37 years of wrath, Nigerians bear their minds on the way forward. A nation of silence beneath the shadow of a dictator. It was a time when fear had a face and truth a whisper. And yet, amidst the stillness, PM News dared to speak. It asked a question that echoed through every weary heart. What went wrong with the Nigeria dream? We have not defined who we are, some people said. We shout freedom, yet live as captives to corruption and fear. While others, our leaders promised light, but handed us shadows. The people are tired, yet the system endures. The crisis of Nigeria, some said, is not in our soil, but in our soul. Leadership without moral vision is blindness in power. These were not merely complaints. They were confessions of a wounded conscience and a prophecies of a history unhealed. For a nation that does not face its truth is destined to walk in cycles. If history were a clock, Nigeria's hand would keep returning to the same hour. Each decade begins in faith and ends in forgetfulness. 1960, freedom. 1970, reconstruction. 1980, oil wealth. 1990, structural adjustment. 2000, democracy. 2010, transformation. 2020, the youth awakening. And yet, every era hums the same refrain: corruption, poverty, division, excuse. The PM News of 1997 could be today's paper. Replace 37 years with 63 and the words remained unchanged. Until we rebuild the spirit of honesty and discipline, no constitution can save us. Emmanuel Afolayan. That was 1997, but it might as well be 2025. Why do nations forget? Why do people lose memory of their own becoming? The ancients speak of memoria, that sacred act of remembering. They believe that to forget one's history is to erase one's soul. But in Nigeria, we have schooled the mind and starved the memory. Our youth know the price of everything, but the worth of nothing. They can name the latest app, but not the first constitution. They recite slogans, but not struggles. We do not teach what freedom cost, nor why the First Republic fell, nor how men like Gani, Fawemi, Beko Ransom Kuti, and Chima Obani bore chains so that others might speak. If we don't know where we came from, how can we know where we are going? History is not a museum, it is a mirror, but we have turned our backs to it, and so the cycle continues, generation after generation, running toward the same wall. Yet, in every dark season, there is a light that refuses to die. The same fire that burned in 1960s still flickers today in the hands of a new generation that believes Nigeria can be more. Hope alone is not enough, for hope without conscience is fantasy. We must recover civic courage, the will to do right even when wrong is rewarded. To build a nation is not to find perfection, but to pursue integrity. A people grow great not by power, but by principle, not by riches, but by righteousness, not by politics, but by conscience. The foundation of any great nation is moral memory, the courage to remember who we said we would be. The story of Nigeria is not over. It waits in the conscience of her citizens. Every honest act, every spoken truth, every small refusal to cheat writes a new line in the nation's book of hope. We can still rewrite the headline from 37 years of fruit to a generation of renewal. To heal, we must remember. To rise, we must be honest. To lead, we must first listen. For the past is still speaking. Are we listening?